Hi guys, I know you guys are all watching the game or enjoying your Sunday, but I thought I'd stop by and do a quick video because lately I've been selling a lot of new constructions, and a question was posed to me a few days ago, well maybe about a week ago, and then one of the agents was like, why do clients really need an agent in a new home construction? So the answer is, one, they do need representation. And two, it's not costing them anything to make sure they have representation. And when the person is printing up the contract, there are things that you can go over with them that don't need to be added. Specifically today, okay, my client has been back and forth over at Parkside because she likes the townhouses, but she loves the condos too. The condos are 2,400 square feet, and they are absolutely fabulous. Now, the things that she didn't know to ask were about premiums. Some lots have premiums and some don't. So that was a question I could ask the lady today when we went out. Which lots have premiums, which don't? Also, the iron figures on the iron rails going up the stairs, they automatically put those in. When I asked her about them, she was like, oh, we can take those out. So that's $1,600 that, they don't even give the option. They just add them in, and unless you add. So I don't know what's going on. It must be my internet. And another thing that they had as well, I'm sorry because I'm moving around in here. Another question that she had as well was in-unit versus middle. Now, all of their in-units come with premiums. Their middles don't. Now, we went into a spec home, which she didn't know about spec homes, and they actually had one. So I was like, do you guys have a spec home? So they did, and the spec home is $360 with all the bells and whistles. So we went to look at it. However, all the bells and whistles weren't what she chose. So another question that I asked also is this: do you have any homes that are right-sided versus left-sided? Because sometimes if you're you're right-handed and you go into property and everything is on the left versus the right, you get a different. So that was something that was answered. Also, the HOA. What does HOA and condo fees include? Now, the condo fee there is $284 plus the HOA, so they have actually a condo and both. But that covers their gas and their water and their master insurance policy, which she wouldn't know to ask those things, which also covers the structure of their deck and the outside. Now, that was great that they covered the gas and the water, but I asked them, now, that condo, are any of them gas? So it ended up being an all-electric condo anyway, so it wouldn't cover gas because they don't have any. But the point I'm making is there's several things that somebody buying a new home or somebody buying a home, period, they don't know to ask unless you have a realtor to ask. I also asked, were these properties USDA properties? Since they're in Upper Marlboro, they may be 100% financing as an option. As well as they're giving away $15,000 in towards closing, but they're also giving away $15,000 towards options. And because she's a police officer, I asked, were there any discounts for police officers? So they're going to throw in an extra $2,500. So absolutely, representation is needed for home buyers buying in new constructions. Another thing that I was like, hey, I got a question for you. For her down payment, of course, we know it's 3.5%. However, if she only has $2,000 now, because she put down that $2,000, then make arrangements to pay off the rest, since the house won't be ready until April. So she was like, sure, we're going to divide it evenly. So I knew that me and my client have been talking about the tax refund. So what I posed to the sales agent, I said, what if she does the $2,000 now, she does $1,000 a month, and then March she puts down the remaining balance, and that way that's something that's affordable for her without her having to come up with everything now or having to pay $2,000 every month until March. because that would help her better because she's a mom as well as having, other expenses. So those are things that we can help bring to light when they are a buyer that a buyer may not think about. And they now it's affordable to her. She feels more comfortable and she's ready to move forward. So absolutely, a realtor is needed for new construction as a buyer the buyer's representation, because we're there to provide an experience for the buyer and make them feel comfortable. And then my last transaction, I had the young lady, she was not even going to get a home inspection until, I told her, I said, you absolutely need a home inspection, because you're getting a new home does not mean that everything is going to be bright and perfect in there. Not at all, because those builders make mistakes every day. Now, the gentleman that closed a couple weeks ago, he wasn't willing to get it. Now, I even offered to pay for a home inspection for people moving forward in new construction, because it's absolutely something needed in that home, and you don't want them to have a bad experience and then they don't send you referrals. So my thing is, give the buyers a great experience, make them feel comfortable, make them feel their concerns are valid, and you're very interested in making sure that they have a great experience and they are your VIP customers. Because at the end of the day, we are in a referral based business, and that's how we absolutely move forward with getting referrals, by giving people an ultimate experience and making them feel like, hey, your concerns are valid and I care. Even if I don't have the right answer, I'm going to research it and get you the answer. Or no matter what the experience, making sure that your feelings are noted and your concerns are cared for, and we're going to handle that with professionalism and courtesy. And remember, what's the word? COLD. So care as well, accountability, loyalty, disclosure. We want to always do those things to make clients feel like, hey, they really went far and beyond as a realtor. And, hey, I will refer them to all my family and all my friends. Because when you give somebody a bad experience, it doesn't matter if you do 100 things right. They will always remember you by that one bad experience. And it's great to get referrals, because referrals are our bread and butter, and the way you treat people is your brand, and you never want to mistreat people or don't care for the sake of a dollar. And if you're in real estate and you're just doing this for money, then you need to get in a whole new career, period, because you have to have a love for people and customer service, and just want to see people be happy at the end of the day. So, again, that's why buyers need realtors. So, those are things that if you don't already know, you can note down when you're going to a new development with your client, or that's something that you can use when you're marketing to your client. This is why you need buyer representation. You don't go into a courtroom without an attorney. Well, most people don't. But you know what they say about a person who represents their self in the courtroom. They have a fool for a client. So, anyhow, happy Sunday. Those are the nuggets for today. And if you have any questions, type them in or text me, and I can answer it. So, see you guys later. Back to your game. I'm out.